So here we go. And then we'll turn. Here is what we call the hub. I'll go slow. If I go too fast, just shout out. See, I'll slow things down. So here's the hub. Inside the hub, we have 6 doorways. And I believe we decided that Katie's orb would be first. Is that right, Katie? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything before we enter the world you built?
I made my picture was a Sufi heart.
Ah, yeah, this. So each of us made a little postage stamp sized sign or insignia or symbol that is above our door to distinguish it's our door to our town. So here we go. You want to direct me, Katie? Go right ahead.
Okay. So first go behind that doorway to see the sign. So this is the ghost town Bardo. It was inspired by a ghost town. It's a Bardo for people who feel alone, hungry ghosts, actual ghosts, or lost souls. And I was trying to use the concept liberated by sound. So the first hum into the orb is disappointment because you are in the ghost Bardo. Then the xylophone playing is to help you get through this orb. And I built if you want to look at the buildings, walk in a little bit. Those buildings are all art boxes, using the F6 function to make them sort of see-through and change the color. And my hope is this orb would help people to get through difficult emotions. And the exit is through, or the entrance and exit is through bats, just because I like Elvira. It's pretty
that
cool.
You didn't tell us. Oh, yeah. Now we're out.
That was very beautiful, very nicely done.
I also didn't know, I should have asked you, Katie, if anybody wanted to look at the blue lining of the orbs, or is that not relevant at this point?
No, let's just look at the orbs.
Okay, cool. All right. Somebody want to choose right or left?
Go left.
Oh, that's me. All right, here's my orb, or my town.
So far, so good. Over here. Ooh, wow.
All right.
Just sweep left and right first. Just left and right. Okay. First thing I want to tell you is look at that fence. Turn back around and look at the fence. All right. There is there are a number of them. There's some fence models. Are you aware of that?
Yeah. This is an R box with a mask on it.
Okay. But you might want to investigate using the models. They are so superior.
Agreed.
And Claude worked those out. Those are his models. He can help you to figure out how they will work. It's very simple to use them, and they actually provide a collision, so you don't have to make a collision thing for them. Well, because it's an object.
Yeah,
So,
and you can run into it and push it,
yeah,
Or not.
or not.
or not, or not.
Nine,
On some of these, I built invisible R boxes around some of the objects.
well, 9,000 mass makes it not movable. So let's see what else you got. Let's look around. It looks very interesting.
Yeah, I started just with the idea. I really love these textures from Claude from a decade or more ago, and I never really worked with them. So I just started like, well, what if now I have the chance to work with these textures that were sitting in my folder from long ago. And I just started building. I didn't really have a plan. I just started with building these apartment buildings or whatever, playing around with these textures, which was the start point. And from there, I wanted to solve a problem that I think people who work with the skyboxes in a sort of in a zero domain is like, how do we not have it look like we're falling off the edge of the earth? You know, like it's a flat earth issue. So I wanted to work out that problem, like, so it doesn't look like the world ends at the end of a square or rectangle. And so I thought about building this sort of walled in space that sort of blocked really the vision of what would be the end of the world and the end of the square, the original zero domain. So this was my game to kind of work that issue out.
That's excellent. It's a very good plan. Your buildings, some of the math, that one, that whitish, the grayish kind of beige building.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. There's a problem with the top floor.
Yeah, it's a bit cut.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how to solve that.
Yeah, or just a different texture.
I like the texture. The texture is fine, but you might have to change the height slightly, up 16 or 32, something like that.
Agreed. So
Fred, is that an R box and you just slap the texture on it?
yeah, this tall one that we're looking at, the gray building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the other ones for that matter.
All of these are just R boxes with, you know, with little roof R boxes on top of other R boxes.
Mm-hmm.
So
And then
these
the
are
texture
tiered.
and the texture were in the God engine?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, well, just asking.
These are textures from 2007, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, you're working, I think it's door 6 or 7.
Sorry?
Door 6 or 7, and then you're working with the oh boy, some of these textures I haven't used in a long time, but they're excellent.
They're terrific. Yeah.
Yeah, they're amazing. You did really well with that little crypt. That's very
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Fun.
That's
Your buildings are awesome, really.
Yeah.
They're very cool.
And so
as
I continued to build, and I said, what's going on outside the wall? So I wanted to, create some sort of like construction, some narrative going on outside the wall. Like they're cutting down all these trees, you know, to put in apartment buildings, you know, some sort of sad. And we're in this walled in community that, you know, keeping time from, you know, encroaching and modernizing everything. And I had some space back here. I was like, well, I have this extra space back here. What am I going to do with it? So I also created another story. I have 2 women back here hiding out, you know, the bad kids, you know, hanging out behind the buildings. And I had this sort of punk lady looking at an old television set, but yet behind her, she's got, you know, these really deep statements that guide her life. You know, the devil is evil, you know, and down with Satan is like, you know, it's like her heart singing to us here as she's glued to the old-fashioned television set in her punk rock outfit. And then I thought, well, I need a counterpart with her. So I need a sort of millennial counterpart or a Zoomer counterpart, right? Who's a computer nerd and all about the, you know, the sort of political correctness of this world. So on her other side here is this, her enemy, sort of the political correct enemy, who has really important and deep signs behind her that guide her, which is, you know, nature is natural, and it's really profound for her to think about that.
Now, do you
And,
know how,
you know,
do you know how to put a door on, how to smack a door onto something like a model door?
here or no?
Yeah,
No,
right.
that I don't think I.
Look at that
Right
wall.
here.
Look at that wall there, a dog cat wall.
Yeah.
That one. Okay, look at the wall. This kind of sweet. Get back a bit. Now just see the whole wall. All right, now in the middle of that wall could be a door.
Ah, yeah.
So the door that you want to put there probably would be like maybe 09. So you'll find one. Go look at that. Your doors are going to be under, not door at all. It's under. What is it called?
Detail? Are they
Yeah,
details?
detail. That's right, detail. Yeah. So in detail, then what you do is you take the thing, stick it there, and then D6. You're gonna F6 it into place and to size. Then look at the other one. Let's look at the wall on the right here. Same thing. You can put one there, and those
Right.
benches. The benches should be tagged the same tag, and then make them smaller using
Yeah,
F6.
they're a bit oversized.
They're twice the size they need to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So back here, there are two bicycles, you know, one for each of the young women, and, you know,
Right.
computer lady and TV lady.
Right.
And so that's the bad kids area. And that's it.
Looks
There's a
mighty
street here.
good. Yeah.
And to exit, here we go. And then I like the mushrooms too. They're just fun.
Yeah. You did a good job. You both have done a good job. That both of these are just amazing things.
So we'll continue left.
I must say, you're doing things that I certainly never thought of doing with it, and that's fabulous to see. That you're doing things, very imaginative things that are completely new for the God engine.
Yeah, like building a hexagon. I would advise no one ever, unless they're really into self-torture, to build a hexagon. So that's what I've been doing every night for 6 weeks or more, is trying to, you know, make a hexagon in the engine. So Bardo man, Hans, we're headed into your world. Do you want to say anything before people's jaws drop?
Oh my God. No, let's just go for a cruise.
That thing that you've drawn there, Bhagwan, at the entrance? What's your symbol at the entrance, Bardo man?
Oh, that's a image from one of our earlier projects when we did some sculptures with little R boxes and big R
Okay.
boxes.
So this is a real town, Hans. So I think you should sort of guide me if
It-
my
it
idea. You
looks
don't have
like
to
it-
guide me.
It looks like a small city.
It is. It might even be a medium-sized city.
Did you use the entire map, or did you leave portions of the map unused?
I believe I filled everything in.
Okay, it's going to be big.
The
Got a half hour.
the yellow buildings to the left, those are Navy barracks. Some textures seem to be missing. The windows aren't there. Do you want to go a little closer, Fred?
I think the windows are there. No, they're not. It's
are
too
they?
bad.
No.
No.
Well, that's strange. Some of them have it anyway. Okay. So we're on an island. This whole town is on an island. If you want to go ahead, you can just, I don't know, arrow forward and we'll just try to get this done fast.
Are you
We don't
working?
need to be fast.
Are you moving with the arrow, or are you moving with the?
No, I'm moving with my mouse and I'm moving with the mouse.
All right. What's that on the right?
That's waterworks. If you want to hand to the right, Fred, please.
You mean to go down here or look
No,
at this
pan to
building?
the
on-
right.
Pan to the right. Sorry. Yeah.
More,
Yeah.
what's that?
It's a water treatment plant where they
All right.
convert salt water into fresh water.
Okay,
And on the left, opposite of that is the fire hall. The old fire hall. And if you just want to
Okay.
go straight, Fred. This is where all the supplies come in,
okay.
like molasses and sesame oil and stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to take a left, Fred, and we can just go
Wow.
straight forward.
Goodness gracious.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
The
can
whole-
just
It's a whole dock of those supply stations.
You have,
That's it.
you've been busy. Wow. Look at that. Damn, that's good.
So you might as well
Continue
just,
forward.
yeah, just cruise right on so we can just get right around the town.
Hans, is this a combination of models and R boxes?
Yes, it is, Grant.
Okay.
So what's this lady all about, Hans?
She's handling the shipping and receiving of these barrels of different commodities.
There you go. That's a nice one.
Well done. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Good. Oh, yeah. Now look, those lights, wait, those lights here. You can put a light effect on this so that it throws a beam of light down around itself.
Yeah, that's one of the things we all want to learn. for
Yeah.
sure.
That's gonna make it look a lot better to put the
Yeah.
lighting effects in.
Yeah, same with the street lamps.
Right. Well, keep going. Very well done. Wowie. Let me see to the left. What looks like just turn left. Okay, sweep around a bit to the right. Good. Okay. Good. Yeah, you use those right. Those are tough textures to use. Those yeah, those guys there. Oh, that's a tough building to put together.
And the roof lines, all the roof lines are, oh my gosh,
Yeah, oh yeah.
spot
It-
on.
Yeah.
But I took snapshots from your orbs, EJ, and then used them as a texture.
That's great.
So that's the new fire hall.
Oh,
Okay.
over here.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, if you go right, Fred, please.
Yeah.
Okay, left, I guess.
Do you want to go
There,
down
okay,
this
it's
street?
straight. Not there. Go back.
You want to go to
Now
the
left.
edge of the.
That,
Now
there we
left.
go. Thank you. And then left. Oh, so I guess you didn't have, oh, I should have sent you those objects. Those
So
are
this
not,
is supposed to be populated, yes?
yeah, there's supposed to be these big square stones. Those are not flying cats. They're supposed to be standing on the stones. So I guess you didn't have that model.
No.
All right, so that's one of the things you have to solve about sharing any of these orbs, is that you send the models and the textures and the sounds that you've used in there. You got to make sure that those go in with it. So we'll get into that. That's something you just learn. You know, we learned it the hard way. You'll learn it the hard way.
Right on. Do you want me to continue forward or
Yes,
go down
please.
this road?
Yes,
Forward,
please.
okay. Yeah, I should have told you last night, like there were some flying cats, but it was late.
That's okay. We can imagine what the things. They're very nice usage of these things.
Yeah, the reason the cats are there is because that's where the fishing boats come in. And so there's usually little pieces of fish for them to eat.
And the smell of fish.
Yeah, it's the smell.
There is a large ship. I don't know if you have the model for it.
I've seen it.
On one of the orbs you have,
Yes,
then go grab it off of there and put it in.
we can't
We
grab them.
can't, it's wrapped. It's wrapped.
Oh, I see. All right, well, send for it. Send a note asking for it. We'll work it out.
What's this blue building about, Mr. Hans?
That's a guard tower, because right behind or beside it is the beginning of the jail section of town for all the drunk sailors that come in.
Very good.
That's amazing.
The variety of buildings is unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. You're working with the F6 very well. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just cruise.
Now, you know, you can put signs at the tops of these buildings, like a billboard type thing. Just make the sign, you know, at the top of the thing, put it up there. That could work quite well too. In an industrial area, particularly. You want signs. They have lots of signs.
Yeah.
Hey Hans, do you have an oxygen producing plant there anywhere?
It's being built there, right where that crane is.
Yeah, I hear.
Okay.
That's being
Well,
built
since there is no green stuff anywhere, I hope they're gonna be in time to produce it.
got a green wall.
They're making Soylent Green there.
I see.
That's amazing what you've done with these.
Yeah, yeah. What's going on in these dilapidated buildings, Hans?
Those are the slum area of the town.
Okay, right next to this new high rise.
Well, that's right. Right across the
Yeah,
street.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Makes sense.
people who own these are super happy about that high-rise building because their value of their junk property just went sky high.
Yeah, it went so high they can't afford the
They live there.
Taxes.
or the mortgage. Gentrification in action.
Yeah, yeah. This is like where I used to live, Hans. No.
Well, they still have ocean view. That's good.
Yeah, that's why the property always was worth reinvesting in.
So if you look to the
Those
right, Fred,
little-
you just turn right around back for just a-
That split boulevard is very well done. That's a good idea. You got lots of good stuff in here. So you want to keep developing this.
just to the right there. That's if anyone wants any Chinese food. The only Chinese restaurant.
That's very good. Did you get that texture?
Yes, I got it from the Vancouver archives.
Wow.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Very cool.
All right. Yeah, straight up.
Go
on
down the
on
avenue?
right.
Should I go down the avenue or
Yeah, on the
boulevard?
right side. And we'll almost be done here.
Wait, turn to the right. That's another one you put in.
Yeah, another old Vancouver, I think Commercial Drive grocery store.
And what size do you make these?
I think this is it's either 512 by 512 or
Good, all right. That's
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
that's what
512.
it should be. It should be 512.
Mhm.
Okay, good.
and if you don't
Wow.
like
Boo, just kind of, well, look at that. Look at that.
It's an
Oh
homage.
my gosh.
Now that should be heavily populated area.
Yeah. And the free smells, you know.
Oh, there's Corby's. Yeah.
Yeah, right across the street.
Oh, what's that building to the left there, Fred?
This one here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Pyramid.
Wow.
Yeah. Is the pyramid a model or did you build it?
I made it.
Yeah. And the tower, tower you made also. That's
And
very,
the Acropolis. Oh, sorry.
that is
Yeah,
amazing.
we're coming upon the
Yeah.
Acropolis.
coming up.
Oh, Fred, if you just quickly go left, sorry, there's just one other thing. Back to that big building across from the slums. Yeah, just go up to it for 1 second.
I'm not going to walk on the green. I don't want a ticket. Oh yeah, that's right. You have a little gallery in here.
Wow.
Hey.
Outdoor gallery.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Painting with Jazzy.
Far out.
That's very cool.
So cool.
Wow.
So those are your paintings, Hans?
Yeah, except one,
Yeah.
Nice.
that one
Yeah.
there is my sister's. She joined us one day when we were in Prince George and my mom painting with Jazzy and she pulled that off and she's never painted before. I was a little envious. Yeah, sure. If you want to go straight up there, the way you were going. And we'll go to the Greek temple, I think you could call it, Greek or Egyptian temple.
Acropolis?
Right.
This is really nice, Hans. I liked this texture.
Yeah, those
This one
are the recording studios and sound stages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you have windows on that on those buildings that you didn't?
No, just doors.
Okay.
And so if we go up the stairs, or just around there.
Up the stairs, Hans?
Yes, please.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. That's funny.
We touch the Bardo box, we can get back to the orb. All right, it worked.
Yay.
All right.
Yay.
Wow.
By the way, none of us had saw that. He was operating
Yeah,
as Hans does in silence and quiet in
Yeah.
a lonely room with no windows. And then at the
Without
end we go
sleep
like,
for the last 3
oh,
weeks.
wow. So we had no idea. When I got that, I had no idea. I just knew it would be from Hans.
Oh, great. I get to follow Jimi Hendrix, huh?
Yeah.
I'm the singer-songwriter. It's like, well,
Yeah, you're James Taylor after Jimi Hendrix.
not even. Okay, well, while Hans
Carly
has been
Simon?
working,
No?
the rest of us have kind of, well, you'll see.
Want to say anything before we walk in, Grant?
Yeah, well, like I said, while Hans has been working, the rest of us have been kind of slacking off here. So we'll see the results of that as we go.
Oh, yeah.
Aquavilla, use your caps lock and armors to fly. Okay.
Yeah, I set it up so that when you come in, you're actually on a higher level, so you can naturally kind of fly by using your caps lock.
Oh, wow.
Just
Boy,
as an
Looks
experiment.
gorgeous.
And
this is wild.
yeah, I
Wow.
love working with the Arbox sculptures. Gorby really inspired me with some of his river worlds and stuff to start playing around with the Arboxes. So I've been playing with that. I first laid out the streets and these buildings. I had this texture, so I worked a little bit with that texture. And we can just go down one of the streets, Fred, and you can hit the caps lock and just go down a street. It'll allow you to go through if you use your right mouse and caps lock. Should be kind of able to fly. Maybe
What do you mean?
the
What do you mean? What do you mean by street? Isn't the street the water thing?
yeah, the water. Yeah, the
Okay.
waterway. So yeah, I kind of laid out the grid first and just started adding the R boxes around and decided that it was turning into kind of a sculpture park. And then still wasn't really happy with what was going on. And then Kevin gave me the secret of the water, which really was kind of a nice addition. So the way I can see it going is to actually almost building an entire world underneath the water. I could see kind of going under the water and seeing what we could build under there, seeing if there's any possibilities for that. That would be one way.
Is this
Wow.
is this an actual water or is this just the texture?
It's just the texture.
All right. So you need to learn to build a water box, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the number of orbs that you have will have examples of how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can't look at it. Oh, you can't look at it. All right.
The dog games
Yeah.
that they did are not
All
are not open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So
so the other way to fly around is to do the F11 key. And but this is, you're doing fine, Fred, just kind of touring through.
it's great stuff.
So those are all R boxes with textures, and then you
Yeah.
made them.
Yep.
Okay.
They're all,
Did you use
and
the
then use,
F6 or did you mask them, Grant?
yeah, I used F6. Yeah, I really, F6 is
Mhm.
how I work. Yeah.
It's an amazing tool. It's a great tool.
Yeah.
When you start working with that with the particles and then start controlling thousands of particles, that the F6 becomes amazing for that stuff.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
And you know, so I also work just with the sculptures. Just we can see one of the block sculptures. So Gorby gave us the thing, just no overlapping lines. All the boxes just overlap, but there's no direct overlap of the lines. So when you're doing the blue lining, it's just so much fun working with these blocks. So really,
Grant.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
that's great stuff. Good work.
it's fun. And then we have the egress over there.
Hey. There she is, the giant egress.
The orb and the INI file are in the clear. So they can be brought into your God environment. You can look at the blue line. There's no chance you'll see, when you look at the orb, there'll be lots of textures missing, but the blue line will be there in its totality.
Kevin, anything you want to say before we enter your world, your town?
Domain.
The picture
Domain.
is a palette clean, an abstract palette clean that I did. That's what that is.
Nice.
What size are those signs?
64.
Oh, no, make them 128 normally. You don't 128 anyway, because otherwise they'll break up.
Yeah, we learned our lesson about that for sure.
Yeah,
Right.
they're fuzzy.
Also, the height of doors should be no less than 256 high. A door. If they're 128, you feel like you got your top of your head shaved off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only visited Miami a couple of times, but these are some of the colors I remember that I saw in Miami, so I wanted to use these. I decided not to use any like building textures. I just wanted to kind of go with the basic colors and the roof and stuff like that. And I wanted to make sure I get all this fencing in. I really like, putting the fencing in. And I wanted to make sure that I had some water features in there. If you'll go to the left.
Are those crystals in there?
Yeah, I wanted to use this texture. Will you back up just a little bit, Fred?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe go to the left. Like go back where you can see the water feature in the middle on the left.
Is that right? Am I in the right place?
Go a little bit to the left and then in the middle.
Like this?
Yep, and then turn around and back up a little bit. Now look at the sculptures.
You can use the space bar, Fred, to just back up.
Okay. Is this the water feature, Kevin? I'm sorry, I'm not sure if you mean
Oh,
the
that's
those
but anyway,
this one?
the way the color comes off those rocks, that's my own texture. I was hoping to get that effect around the whole rock, but it only shows up on the one side and stuff. So, but these are basically stones, and I use the F6 to kind of move them around and make them different sizes and stuff like that. And so, yeah.
You're gonna have to show us how you did that, because that's neat. Yeah.
So you replaced the stone texture with your own texture. Is that what you're
Yeah,
telling us?
I use stones, and then I put a texture on top of the stones, and then I manipulated the stones with F6.
That's pretty involved.
Yeah, I had fun with it.
Yeah. The lines also in the asphalt are very effective.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
that's nice.
Nice.
It took a while to figure out how to make it match up, but I was stubborn enough just to leave it in there and keep going.
Nice.
Those so-called rocks, they're like power stones from outer space. They
Yeah.
power the whole city, you know? That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Good.
I wanted to put the torches in there to put a little bit more effect. I probably should have maybe put some plants in there too, but just didn't.
So again, the lighting will help with the torches. Once you get lighting in there,
Yeah, right.
that would help.
I would love to get some smoke going off the torches too, but
Right, you can get the light, you can get smoke and light off the torches, absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, if you want to go that way and just look at the water, the other way, not because
This way or the other side?
no, go back to the middle of the road. Turn right. We'll go look at the water.
Go straight ahead.
I mean, I stayed with the skybox. I know I probably should have changed it, but I wanted to get a little bit of depth with the water. I used the F6 to make it clearer to try to get it to look like exactly like water and stuff. But
Right, that's not how it's done. We'll show you how it is done.
okay, all right.
It looks very mysterious, though.
Yeah, I changed the tint to green a little bit to give it effect.
Yeah, it's okay. If that's all you had, that would be fine. But you have so much better, you might as well use the better stuff.
Right.
You have a water that you can go underneath. You can swim on it. You can dive into it. You can submerge in it. It changes. You'll see. You'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's his work. Anybody who works with water, you're going to want to know how to really make water.
Yeah, I think I tried to play with like -64, but never did quite get the effect that I wanted to and stuff.
Well, it's the effect is there, but it's there, but you have to know how to produce it. You get an endless ocean,
right?
But you got to know how to do it.
Anything else you want us to see, Kevin?
I think that's about it.
Really love those colors, Kevin. Nice combinations.
It's amazing stuff. You guys are so good at you're really doing a great job. I'm very impressed. Absolutely. And everyone has done fabulously well here. This is just astonishing.
Mr. Baines, welcome back. Welcome home.
Thank you. Okay, so here I just used a snapshot of the editor just for the symbol of this particular town, and I have to thank Fred because I had to run and didn't get my scraps in or anything like that. But yeah, just go in. Very good. So I'm using a really high point, so I'm like a giant. I was thinking about being a giant or being really tiny, partly because I didn't get all the textures done up the way so it was completed. And for me, it shows me that I get confused very easily, and I go in this direction and that direction. And then I just ran out of time.
You got some cool textures there. Those are neat.
You found some of these textures online, right, Chaz?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, bitmaps. And part of it was I didn't go through and do the scaling so that it would look reasonable to a 6-foot person.